What's up, guys? Is it really cheaper to build a home in 2025 than it is to buy a home? Let's break down the numbers and get into it. So when you're looking at a market to build in, whether it's your backyard or not, if builders are listing homes for sale on the market to make a profit, you better believe that they're making a profit of some kind. Otherwise, they wouldn't be working for free. So the general short answer is absolutely yes, there is profit in building homes. Whether you want to sell it or move into it, you just have to understand the general concept and make sure that you're getting into a deal where you're going to be left with some equity at the end or profit when building to sell. We call building to sell spec building. So oftentimes we build a spec product for sale, list it on the market, sell it, and make a profit. So how much does it really cost to build a house? Well, let's break it down. The way that we look at it oftentimes is we start with comparables. So when we're entering a market and we're looking at a market to build in, no matter where in the United States, I'm always starting with comparables. What does that mean? A comparable is really just a home that has already sold, that has been recently built. So what does that look like? Oftentimes, that's just going on Redfin or Zillow, putting in a filter for 2023 and plus and for new builds. And then I'm looking at different homes in different pockets and areas on that map, whether it's Redfin or Zillow, and understanding, oh, okay, a $500,000 home is usually a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Okay, and what's the square footage on those homes? 1,500 to 2,000? Awesome. All right, I have my gauge of where I'm gonna start and where I'm gonna work backwards to. Now I'm gonna get into construction costs, and that's how I'm gonna figure out, all right, how much profit are they typically making? And so the way that I do this is often by, number one, starting with the general rule of thumb, and I'll give you guys that here shortly. And then I often call listing agents for new construction properties, and then I get connected to builders through those listing agents. And oftentimes builders will share some rough numbers with me. I tell them, hey, I'm looking to get into this market. I've built homes before. I've done, for example, remodels before. I'm really interested. What are you guys building per foot out there? And what you're kind of looking for is try to get a little bit of information, but the rule of thumb and kind of what I've seen nationally, whether it's Texas or North Carolina, or it's going to be Portland, Oregon, or even San Diego, California, the prices that I've seen in lower areas where the median price home is lower is going to be $100 per square foot for a spec build. This is not a custom house or anything crazy like that. And then in more higher end areas like Seattle, Portland, maybe San Diego, you're going to be in that $200 per square foot range up to $250 per square foot, depending on, for example, if it's like San Diego, where contractors are usually more expensive.
Thank you so much for getting this far into the video. If you're an action taker and you're looking for the education side of things, the tools, the resources, everything you need to be successful in the real estate development and new construction game, we have an education platform specifically for you.
Awesome. So text the word YouTube to 360-216-0323 and we'll get you connected to the right team member.
In my area in Vancouver, Washington, near Portland, Oregon, I'm often building on fully developed lots where all the utilities are there. Soft and hard costs included. Soft costs are permitting and paperwork. Hard costs are the actual construction costs. I'm in the 150 range. If I need to do an infill project, what does that mean? Infill is basically demo a house, replace it with a duplex or a fourplex, and redevelop an existing area. I have to usually put in a sewer lateral, install extra water meters, etc. Those are usually ranging me $175 per square foot right now. And so the range varies a lot, but you need to understand your area, get a gauge for it, and now you have the square footage. You can multiply it by that square foot build price. So let's just say, you know, my building is 2,000 square feet and I'm building for $200 per square foot. Now I know my construction cost is $400,000. So I have my, let's just say we're gonna pick a random number like 750, or let's do 650 to make the numbers a little more tighter. 650 for the house. The construction is costing me 400. I know I have $250,000 of room left, and now I can pick out the lot price. Usually for the lot price, you know, when I'm figuring it out, that 650 price, I multiply it by roughly 20%. That gives me the lot price. What's left over is your equity and your profit. And so that's kind of how you can figure out how much does it cost me to build in my area? Is it worth it to build right now? And most likely the answer is 100% yes. Strongly recommend everybody get into the personal house game. Watch all my other videos on how I get 5% down loans, where you can turn a $50,000 down payment into probably $200,000 to $300,000 of profit using what's called a construction to permanent loan. And that's the general overview of how much does it cost to build right now. Does it even make sense? Is it even profitable? The answer is yes. Like, share, subscribe. I have a community channel of over 4,000 people where I drop tons of free resources. I have a free 7-step PDF that I drop in there. Would love to help you. Join our community channel, learn more about us, subscribe, and as always, let's crush it.